Hey guys, you are going to use this video to fill in your circulatory system notes on page 23 in your science notebook, or if you need an extra copy, they're in the hanging folder in my classroom on the absent area. So you're going to just fill in the blanks. You can pause and fast forward and rewind if you need to. This is going to be one station that you do today out of 3 different activities. So the purpose of the notes today is to be able to describe the structure and function of the circulatory system, and you also need to understand the structure of your heart and how it's divided into 4 chambers. So the function and structure of the circulatory system is to carry nutrients and oxygen to cells and waste and carbon dioxide away from cells. So it goes from your heart to your lungs to pick up oxygen, back to your heart and pumped out to the rest of your body, and then it goes back to your heart without the oxygen in it, and it gets pumped back to your lungs to get refilled up with oxygen. The blood also contains cells that fight disease. They're called white blood cells. And it includes the structure of the circulatory system is heart, blood vessels, and blood. The heart pumps blood to all parts of the body and has 4 chambers. The atria are the upper 2 chambers that receive the blood. So these brown blobs right here are the atria. So they're a lot smaller than the ventricles because they are just collecting the blood and they have to pump it down to the bottom part of the heart. The ventricles, and I help remember because this is like a V and this is like an A shape. The ventricles are the lower 2 chambers that pump blood. The right ventricle pumps blood to the lungs while the left pumps blood to the body. So which side of the heart do you think has to have a bigger muscle? The left side that pumps to the body or the right side that pumps to the lungs? The left ventricle is much more muscular than the right ventricle. Thinking about what you just learned, why do you think the heart has evolved in such a way? So kind of as we were saying, the right pumps to the lungs, and if it pumped too hard, it would kind of hurt your lungs, where the left has to be really strong because it has to get the blood through your entire body. So blood vessels carry the blood to every cell. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood away from the heart. So arteries away. Veins carry oxygen-poor blood back to the heart. So this picture's deceiving because it's showing you that all the oxygen is on the right side of the body and there's no oxygen, all the oxygen is on the left side of the body and the blue means no oxygen. That's not really correct because there's red and blue on both sides, right? You have to have the oxygen going to every part of both sides of your body and the blood going back to your heart without oxygen on both sides of the body. Capillaries are microscopic blood vessels that connect arteries to veins. They're only 1 cell thick. So this little blob right here is your capillaries, and they are super, super, super tiny, only 1 blood cell thick. Nutrients and oxygen diffuse into body cells. So diffuse means it just kind of like leaks across. And waste and carbon dioxide leaks out of your cells into the blood. There are 4 parts of your blood. There's plasma, red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. So you're not going to be tested on the parts of your blood, but I want you to know that plasma is the watery part. So maybe you've heard of plasma donations. People can donate their plasma for money if you're an adult. And that is the watery part. So you have to definitely, if you donate plasma, you have to do a lot to rehydrate your body. And this is the part of the blood that carries nutrients, minerals, oxygen, and waste. The red blood cells are made in your bone marrow, so that's one of the jobs of the skeletal system is to make red blood cells. And the cells carry the oxygen to your body cells using a protein called hemoglobin. So on this flat part right here is a iron hemoglobin protein, and the oxygen molecules stick to there, and they get carried out to your blood cell or to the rest of your body. White blood cells are made in the bone marrow, and these cells fight bacteria and viruses. And then platelets are the cell fragments that help in the process of clotting. So if you cut yourself and you start to get that scab, that's because a bunch of platelets are stacking up there. So that's what you need to know about the circulatory system. So you're going to make sure you got all the notes filled in, and then go ahead and fill out the summary on the bottom. Your summary should answer the questions on the left side of your notes. So if I look on my notes, there's a spot for summary that's really too small. You're probably going to go onto the paper in your notebook, or add a post-it note to the page so you have more room to work. And your summary should be 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences. So you're going to have one sentence to answer each of those 4 questions. We're going to be at this station for a total of 15 minutes, so you have some time now to work on your summary. If you finish with the summary and you still have time, you can work on the early finisher links in Schoology.